Good morning, Patrick Peace here. How are you doing today? Chapter 5 of The End of Faith with Sam Harris. Kind of a short, easy chapter to go through. Just some very quick points that he covered in this chapter. Not so intense as the previous chapter. Chapter 1, he was right out of the gate. But anyway, Chapter 5, he's talking about the policies that have been implemented in the West, particularly the United States, that have been influenced by Christian faith, Christian fundamentalism in particular, and the times when it leads to situations that would be considered not ideal or not ethical, in fact. One of them was the example of the criminalization of marijuana. It's a natural plant. It grows, naturally. I'm going to put this camera down just a little bit because it looks like I'm looking up into the air. So if I put it down a little bit, that's better so that it's more eye to eye. I always kind of have it a little bit too high. Sorry. So yeah, about criminalization of cannabis, a natural growing plant that can help a lot of people. Now that's slowly changing now. When was this book published again? I'm just trying to wonder what the time frame. 2004. So that's 16 years ago. So there's been great strides made with the legalization of cannabis. A lot of states have gone ahead and decriminalized it. Sometimes if it's done in the wrong way, of course, that can lead to its own problems. But if it's monitored and used properly and respected and all those kind of things. So then he also talks about stem cell research. This is a big one for a lot of people that feel that it's not right to, make a small, tiny cytoplast, what they call it, I forget, not a zygote, but something, a tiny group of cells. But the way he describes it is helpful because he describes how stem cell research is implemented, and it gives you an understanding. You sort of say, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. If they could use these cells to help solve a lot of diseases, it's no wonder that scientists are going to try and explore this area of research. And of course, that was stonewalled a lot by public policy in the U.S. And he talks about other things like prevention of AIDS or treatment of AIDS that might have faced roadblocks because of overly fundamental interpretation. You could call it that. So, yeah, just the only thing I would say is that he points out some specific unethical policies or some specific aberrant policies, but he doesn't mention, of course, he'd have no room for all the good policies that have been implemented that were based or had their origin in fundamental beliefs. A good one, I'm surprised he didn't mention the Lord's Day Act that we had here in Canada, or they would call it Sabbath laws governing that. Sometimes they would be helpful to give people a break or to improve the working conditions of people, and sometimes they might not be. So that might be something worth looking at. But from the Constitution to present day, there's been so many policies that have been influenced by Christian beliefs. And I think in examining this chapter, we have to start to differentiate between basic Christian belief and radical, evangelical, over-the-top Christian belief. So you start to get a bit of okay, there's something different here. You've got love God and love one another over here, and then you've got, oh, well, then the Bible says this little, and so you start getting out on these extremisms. And if anything that the book has taught me so far is the dangers of extremism, the dangers of radicalism, the danger of going too far down in a specific direction that leads you astray. That goes without saying. So a very short chapter, very easy to read, chapter 5, and we're halfway through the book, so it's not so bad. We're already at page 170. It's only 300 pages, so I should be able to get through this in a couple more days. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. I love you. I hope you enjoy your day, and take care now. Thank you. Bye-bye.